back to the making of Dallas Midtown. We're here today standing in the hallway, and right over that direction is where Dillard's used to be. So a couple weeks ago we were standing here and the Dillard's was still standing there. Now as you can see, the Dillard's is completely gone. We're starting to make progress into the mall on the east side of the old Valley View Mall, as well as on the north side, which I'll show you in a little while. I wanted to bring you in here so you could see what this section of the mall looked like and how all the pieces of the mall are now being torn down. So if you follow me this way, we can kind of walk through the area of where the old radio station is, and then years ago this is where the old movie theater used to be. As you can see, this portion of the mall is still stable. It's still a little bit dangerous, which is why we have all of the hard hats on. But at the same time, as long as the demolition isn't proceeding on this side right this second, it's okay to be in here. Follow me this way. We can look. Here's the old overhead door. This overhead door right here used to close off this portion of the mall from the main portion of the mall. So this used to be the old movie theater. As you can see, we're already demolishing into this area of the theater. We can see up here is the separation. This is the area where the seam was right along two areas where one side was the metal beam, and then you have the other metal beam, and the two partitions connect together. And so Lindemood was able to accurately get right up against that seam and do a nice clean cut. In fact, we don't have to do a cut because that's where the expansion joint is. So that expansion joint just runs straight along, and then this whole area will be removed also. Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
So you're not gonna go this way. You go a little bit this way, and then
this side.
Okay.
Just to the brick wall.
Right.
And I'm going to be heading that way.
Oh, I got you. So this portion of the building actually was brick.
Right.
Because this was the old J.C. Penney's right here. This whole section. So it was up against this brick wall here and an expansion joint right there. That's perfect.
That'll be easy for me to, once we eliminate that,
right,
it's for me to separate the brick.
Right.
So
take the brick down later. That's great. Awesome. So as you can see, Lindemood's using some fairly large excavation equipment to really be able to reach these claws all the way up into and as high as the building itself. So the area that I'm standing right now, over here, this area right here is basically where the entrance to the mall was. Kind of right back in over here where I just walked over the excavator. So this is a good vantage point of where the separation was. So right here you can see this is an expansion joint right here. We're able to come right up to that expansion joint, and the separation, we're able to take down the portion of the building on one side from the portion of the building on the other. This portion has already been removed right down to the foundation, where the beam on one side of the separation joint stays and the beam on the other side of the separation is gone. So we'll walk over this way and you'll be able to actually see that separation over there. And on this side, here's a piece that's still hanging down where you can actually really see how this separation is done. So here's one side of the building. This is holding up the mall. On the other side of the building, this was holding up the J.C. Penney side and the other portion of the mall. And you can see as they separate it, they're able to literally just pull apart that side of the separation joint, and this metal structure is actually still connected. So this will continue to get pulled off, and then the next one down over here, you can actually see where the two pieces are still side by side. It's a really good vantage point. And then as we spin around and go the other direction, you'll be able to literally see where it's completely cleared out and you've got one expansion joint on one side of the expansion joint, and then on the other side of the expansion joint is the other metal beam. So you look straight up and you're literally able to see how that expansion joint just comes through the center of the building, straight up, and then that piece will just come nicely off. We don't have to do any cut because the two metal beams are actually completely separated already from each other. And then this side of the building will remain because our AMC is just on the other side of this wall. So AMC will stay here for the next several years while we're building literally right here a brand new AMC building. So really right down this pathway right here is where the Esplanade will be. That'll be the main street that runs straight out to Preston Road and bisects the property from Preston Road to Montfort. On this side will be an office building, ground floor retail, and on this side will be our brand new AMC theater with office and ground floor retail restaurant. Be facing each other on either side of the street. So down here, this is all food court area. So this is where the food court used to be. And for those of you that used to come to Valley View Mall, you'll remember there used to actually be the horses and carriages that went on the carousel right here. That literally sat right here in the center. We just have half of that ellipse right here because it used to go all the way around and then connect back on the other side. And over here, this is all the food court area. So on the other side of this wall is the atrium area where the AMC is and the escalators leading up to the AMC. And all of this is going to be removed and then sealed off.
Hope you enjoyed another episode of The Making of Dallas Midtown. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. You can do that by clicking the link below on my face. See you next time.